Hi there and welcome to the Met Office 10-day trend. A change in the weather patterns is on the way, but I suspect it's a change that won't be widely popular. Now, for more than a week, we've had northerly winds dominating things, and that's brought below average temperatures and frequent showers in many spots. But looking to the west over the Atlantic, there's a branch of the jet stream which is, over the next 24 hours, going to pick up an area of low pressure and send it towards the UK. On the forward flank of that low, a warm front, cold front combo, bringing some persistent rain for a time. Once that rain clears on Friday, we've got the low pressure in place over the top of the UK. The jet stream once again to the south of the UK, and that means we've got an upper level low and surface area of low pressure coincident with each other. So the surface low, the upper low, and a strong sun at this time of year, all the ingredients there for rapidly rising air currents, beefy shower clouds, cumulonimbus clouds, and torrential downpours, even some thunderstorms on Friday and into the weekend as the jet stream stays to the south, and we've got areas of low pressure dumbbelling around each other in the vicinity of the UK. So a lot of showers to come during the next few days after the band of rain on Thursday moves through. It all gets a bit messy by the start of next week, but either way, we've got the jet stream to the south, so the UK still sitting in relatively cool air to the north of that jet stream, but it's not as cool as it has been with the northerly airflow, temperatures returning closer to average. We start Thursday with a chill in the air in places after a clear night, but it won't be long before the band of rain moves in from the west, some heavy bursts at times, and a strengthening breeze as well, particularly across western parts of the UK. To the east, it stays dry until later in the afternoon, although turns increasingly cloudy. Northern Scotland, the place to be with some sunny spells, and it's not going to be quite as cold as it has been recently. Nevertheless, it's not exactly going to be warm either. Now, we've got the rain moving east on Thursday night. It pushes into Scotland with a lot of cloud, a keen breeze and showers following from the west and the southwest. As a result, temperatures by dawn on Friday generally in the double figures, and that's a contrast compared with previous mornings this week where we've seen widely single figures. And this map shows the temperatures on Friday morning compared with 24 hours earlier. So yeah, it's going to be a milder start to the day on Friday because of the breeze, the change in wind direction, the cloud, the outbreaks of rain, but not necessarily a pleasant start because we're going to see frequent showers across the UK. This is a snapshot Friday midday. You can see the speckled nature of the showers. Just about anywhere could be hit by a heavy downpour or a thunderstorm on Friday. One place where we'll see persistent rain continuing is the far north of Scotland, along with a breeze, and it will be breezy towards the southwest as well. That's going to make it feel on the cool side, 17 or 18 Celsius here, but also with some choppy seas. Meanwhile, to the east, 19 Celsius, and that change in wind direction perhaps leading to a different feel in the weather compared with the northerlies that have brought temperatures of 12 to 15 Celsius during the week so far. So yeah, temperatures are rising, particularly in the east, but with frequent showers and a lot of cloud. Fast forward 24 hours to Saturday midday, and you can see a similar theme. A lot of showers out there, some of these bright colours on the rain forecast indicating heavy downpours, even torrential downpours, thunderstorms and so on. But there are some themes emerging on Saturday. Rather than a random assortment of showers across the place, there are some areas that will be wetter than others. North East Scotland could see some persistent rain arriving from the east and northeast because of some occluded fronts here. Meanwhile, the south of England could see some organisation to the showers, where the showers band together in lines so that some areas see shower after shower, a lot of rain. Other areas avoid them and stay mostly dry. And there's a scattering of showers elsewhere across the UK as well, but also some drier spots. But don't take this particular map too literally. A few days ahead. And this is one computer model run, just to get an idea of how things can change from run to run, depending on the position and the shape of the low pressure, the cloud distribution across the UK, the temperature distribution and so on. All these things are important for shower development. Here's something we call a confetti chart. Now this takes 34 computer model runs and shows the distribution of the showers on each run by a different colour. Ends up looking like confetti on the map. But what you can see, just about the UK here, there's Scotland, Northern England, Northern Ireland, Midlands, East Anglia, Southern England and Wales. And what you can see, a lot of showers across the UK, hardly anywhere spared from the showery activity, but some areas seeing a lot more confetti than others, and that means that more of those computer model runs are picking up on showers in those locations than others. So North East Scotland, as I mentioned, Southern England, a lot of showers here from all these different computer model runs. Fewer runs have showers Saturday midday through Wales and the Midlands, but still some, and this is just a snapshot at 12 p.m. as well. 3 p.m. may be different. So what this indicates is don't take the output from one computer model run too literally, and of course that's the kind of thing that feeds weather apps and so on. So the best bet is to prepare for heavy showers through the next few days and to monitor them on the radar, for example, on the Met Office app. Having said that, there will be a slight change later in the weekend. We're still seeing the jet stream to the south of the UK, but low pressure becomes centred over the northeast of Scotland and further south, perhaps turning drier for a time. However, the jet stream marks the contrast between cool air across the UK and much warmer, more humid air over France, for example. This occluded front perhaps marking the boundary with some thundery activity there that could just affect the far southeast on Sunday. It's a low probability, but something to perhaps stay tuned to over the next few days. But Sunday itself, most likely we're going to see the low pressure centred over northeast Scotland. You can see the spiralling winds there, perhaps less breezy further south compared with Saturday. And showers or outbreaks of rain affecting Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England, but perhaps drier compared with preceding days for the Midlands, Wales, East Anglia, Southern England, for example. However, still the chance of a few showers around, and you can see the heavier downpours there over France that could, early next week, perhaps later Sunday, affect the far southeast. One other thing that's going to change over the next few days, as well as increasingly heavy downpours, is the temperatures. As I mentioned, these are the temperatures on Sunday afternoon compared with the time of recording, Wednesday. So some parts of eastern England more than 6 degrees higher on Wednesday afternoon, and certainly central parts 3 to 6 degrees higher. Other areas not quite as different because we're going to see that unsettled weather, that breeze coming from the southwest, for example. And it's not going to feel particularly pleasant anyway where we've got those heavy showers and the strong breeze. This shows the temperature trend for a central part of the UK from the European model. Now the average maximum, daily maximum, is shown by the red line there. The average overnight temperature shown by the blue line. The boxes show the range of likely temperatures during the next couple of weeks. Of course, as you go further ahead into the future, the boxes get bigger because of more uncertainty. But for the next 10 days or so, most of these boxes are below the averages for daytime and nighttime, but not significantly so. They do rise a little into next week and get closer to the average. Perhaps a little dip there for Wednesday and Thursday. I'll explain the reasons behind that in just a moment, before a recovery then into the following weekend, closer to average once again. So around average temperatures, perhaps a little below during the next 10 days after the significantly below average temperatures we've seen so far this June. Now, this is the most likely weather pattern, 61% probability for Tuesday the 18th of June. The low pressure that's been bringing us a lot of unsettled weather through the weekend is moving by this stage into Scandinavia. We've got higher pressure edging in from the west, but it's a slow-moving situation, so still some showers across the map, and you can see the brighter colours there over France indicating some of that heavier rain, some of that perhaps thundery activity that could affect the southeast, or at least the far southeast, early next week. But many places drier for a time, fewer showers Monday, Tuesday, but perhaps an increase again around the middle of the week. And with low pressure to the east, higher pressure to the west, we've again got this cooler airflow bringing below average temperatures for a time. The heaviest showers will be in the east, drier conditions to the west. That's what we've seen a lot of during the last week or so. However, fast forward to the end of the week, there's a lot of uncertainty by this stage. This is one plausible weather pattern, but it's showing up as a 16% probability. And here's another plausible weather pattern, again 16% probability. So the computer models are starting to diverge with the placement of low pressure, very different in different output, but one common theme is that it's staying unsettled. And it looks likely that we will see further rain or showers, whether that's coming from another Atlantic low arriving from the west or the low pressure that's close to the UK at the start of the week is uncertain. Either way, it's unsettled with temperatures not far from average, but it's likely to be further changeable weather for many places. This high, though, is interesting. This is the Azores high, and just to leave you with some more positive hints, very subtle hints, but something more positive. This is the most likely weather pattern for Tuesday the 25th of June, but it's only a 17% chance at that stage. There are lots of other weather patterns that give an 8 or 9% weather percentage chance, but this would allow the high pressure from the Azores to build over the UK, bringing drier and warmer weather in many places for the final week in June. But I must emphasise that it is only a hint at the moment. It's a hint that we're seeing in the European model as well as the Met Office models, and this shows that the final week of June is more likely to be higher pressure than lower pressure, but only slightly more likely. Likewise, slightly more likely to be warmer than average than colder than average. But these hints, just emphasise one more time, are very weak at the moment. It's a long way off. We've got a lot of weather to come between now and then. I just wanted to end with something a little more positive if you're hoping for some warm sunshine. There are some hints there of a change late June, but we'll have to watch them closely over the next few days to see if those hints strengthen. We'll keep you updated right here at the Met Office.